This is Bits with Listings to Leads, and today we're going to talk about in Google Ads. I've asked right before we started the class here, who here has run ads on Google? Because I think a lot of people haven't. We definitely want to talk about that. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Who here has run ads on Google? So let's see here. Yes, Molly, you can hear. Let's see. Yeah, okay, thank you. So I'm not hearing much about Google, so I'm going to kind of, dive into that, and we'll talk about it anyway, because I think everybody should. So first of all, you may not know this. Listings to Leads is a full real estate advertising platform. We have many tools for agents who have listings. We have tools for agents who don't have listings. So whether you want to talk to more buyers or more sellers, we've got tools for you all the time. A lot of agents will sign up and maybe figure out one or two tools, and they have fun with that and they like that. It's our other clients who really kind of learn about the platform and really dive into it to figure out where they can use our platform in their business, and their business really starts to grow. We've had clients grow, by 20, by 50, by 200%. And the difference from them and the other agents that forget to log in is that they actually invest the time to understand what to unlock here, what to use here. So this call is really going to talk about Facebook and Google and the kind of ads we can run. But before we go there, I do want to kind of point out that there's a lot to the platform. And I think one of our best resources is our YouTube channel. Now, we're on a live call here today, so it's good if you want to ask questions, you just put it in the chat panel and we can talk about it. And that always helps. So if you have questions, definitely feel free to jump in. But you will see that I have, I'm going to stop this thing from making noise, that I record training calls every week, right? I do Get Started, Top Tools to Get More Listings, and then Facebook and Google Ads, right? And it's actually worthwhile to go back and look at a couple of the most recent ones in that series. Scott's also doing an 8-part series on how to make $250,000 in real estate. And that's a really good, thorough discussion of full marketing that every realtor should do, and where does Listings to Leads fit in there? And so that has things to do with, geo farming, ads, database farming, all the kind of things that we do here at Listings to Leads, but that our clients just do a few things. And so if you go, and you don't have to get on the live classes, you can actually see the recorded classes here. I would definitely recommend that you take the quiet winter and check these things out. Now, I'm going to send this to everybody on the call right now. So you'll have a link. Oh, sorry. You'll have a link to this page. It should be sort of blinking in your page in your GoToMeeting panel right now, but you can always get to it by going to YouTube and going to our videos page, and all of our videos are here. So I definitely recommend that. Another great resource, which maybe you found, or I don't know how you found this class, but it's leadgenwebinars.com. Okay. And so if you're watching this on a recording, you can just go to leadgenwebinars.com and sign up for these live free classes, right? And so these are all the things that I'm telling you are on our YouTube channel. So if you want to ask questions, getting on a live call is the way to do that. Okay. So you've got that, you've got our YouTube channel. Inside of Listings to Leads, we really have an awesome support team. And I think that's the fastest way to get answers. You just go down here to support on the bottom left, and you put your question in this box, and everybody is watching that. So I think that's a really good place to go. Now, I'm going to show you this because I don't know if you guys, this is the last resource, our mastermind group. You should be in the mastermind group. It's a private place in Facebook for our clients. And this is where Scott and I talk a lot about what's going on. And, people ask questions, right? And here's one here. What's the minimum regarding a custom audience, minimum number of names? And I just answered it. It's 1,000 people. Now, I'll show you what a custom audience is later. It's a very powerful thing, and not many agents understand what it is and how it can work, but we'll dive into that. But this is where people ask questions. It's also where people just share what's working, right? And that's actually, on email. Yeah. So, they kind of understand, they'll start to learn what's going on. This is also where Scott and I announce what's coming down the pipe from a technology standpoint. You'll see here, somebody has created one of our home valuation landing pages, took our QR code and put it on their t-shirt. And this is like a next level sandwich for it. Right? You can just say, hey, go scan my shirt and get your home value, right? Which is cool. So clients are taking our tools and kind of doing, innovative things with it. I totally like that. But you'll see what our clients are doing with our system. You'll get a lot of insight from Scott and myself of what to do here. And one thing that I want to say that we're hearing right now is, depending on where you are, lead generation has kind of dropped a little bit, right? If we were talking this time last year, the market was pretty hot, but we all know that interest rates are up, but people are kind of sitting on the fence a little bit right now. And so the overall lead capture might be dropping, right? Like there are times where people say, I ran an ad and I got 2 leads, right? Whereas they used to get 20 leads. And you can kind of speak to, that's just the market that we're in right now. But I'm going to show you an account. Like what I do is I set up the office accounts and the team accounts and the national partnerships for the company for listings leads, right? So it's the end of December. Yeah, almost the last day of December. And then the last day of October, I launched this company here. It's a Keller Williams expansion team. Okay. So their goal is to generate leads for all their agents. Okay. And I want to show you what they've been doing with Facebook, because if you're not familiar with Facebook and you don't think it's like really a worthwhile area, this might give you some food for thought. This group here, their goal is to generate leads for all their agents. All right. And if you see there's a little chart here of like high level numbers at the top, they have run 96 ads. Okay. 96 ads since October. 500,000 people have seen them, meaning when they're scrolling through Facebook, they're seeing it. But they captured over 3,000 leads in 2 months. Now, I'm not trying to, blow smoke at you. They spent $8,000 to get those leads. So that's kind of what can happen with Facebook. Now, you probably, as single agents, don't have that kind of budget, right? But I do want to point out and make it kind of an example that you can be running ads on properties, even if you're borrowing properties, and get a lot of leads from Facebook. In this case, it's buyer leads. Okay. So we'll come back and look at Facebook and the kind of things we can do. But when you come here for the first time to this page, there'll be 2 big buttons. One will say connect to Facebook and one will say connect to Google. So I asked earlier, has anybody here ran an ad on Google? And I'm going to ask again because I didn't get any response and I'm sure everybody's waking up. So has anybody here run an ad on Google? And we'll wait for that answer. And I'm going to go over to, let's see here. I'm going to go over to Facebook and kind of tell you a little bit about how Facebook works. Now, the technical stuff of how you run an ad is over here, right? But I want you to understand what Facebook is. This center column here is where everybody shares all their stuff, like what they're eating, what their grandkids are doing, where they're going on vacation, blah, 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 right? That's what just all day long. So because of that, a lot of people like to spend time here, right? And they're not looking for things. They're just looking at stuff that their friends and family are doing. And that's awesome, right? And that's what makes capturing leads on Facebook really effective, because we know that American adults spend around 40 minutes every day scrolling through this newsfeed, right? They might be driving their car. They might be at home. They might be in the middle of the night doing that. You might be scrolling through Facebook right now while you're listening to me. Like that happens in people's meetings, right? So if you run an ad, it's going to show up right where these pictures are, right? And that in our system, obviously, is designed to capture leads. And that's why this client can spend $8,000, have 500,000 people see their ads in 2 months and generate 3,000 leads. That's an outlier, right? That's somebody with a big budget. That's not you guys, but I do want you to understand, like, that's how Facebook is working. But let me explain something. When people are coming to Facebook, they don't come here and say, hey, how do I do something, right? That's not what Facebook is about. Where do people ask questions on the internet? 86% of all adults, or all searches, not even adults, all searches begin on this website called Google. Okay. And you can find out what people are searching. We'll kind of talk about that. But if 86% of all questions come on this website, you might want to have a strategy of how to take advantage of that, right? And you can find out what is trending search. You can actually go and do a Google search on, top, search questions in real estate. And I'm going to show you something about that in just a moment. But I know, because I kind of look at this, that one of the concepts that is being checked out a lot on Google is some variation of this concept. How do I sell my house? Right. And I don't know if you can see it here on the left, but the first 5 elements there, the first 5 articles are paid ads. All right. And if you think about the internet, and everything starts on Google, so this is kind of the first step on the internet. I don't know if you can see that number up here. It says there are 2 billion, almost 3 billion results. There are 3 billion web pages, right? Now, I can just tell you, if you're on page 3 or later, like forget about the billions, you might as well not be on the internet. Like it's just not working for you. You got it there, and that's fine. And the SEO game for realtors is it's a bad one. It's something where people are, frankly, I think it's a scam. But running ads on keywords that people are using and searching on right now is a really smart thing, right? You're not on page 100 of a Google search, you're on page 1. And that's when the internet and Google can start to help you. So if you had a Google account connected, and I don't know if they do, we'll kind of go see if they do. Yeah. So they don't have a page. I'm going to actually go here and create. Let me go create one real quick. So let's create a landing page. This is how you would take advantage of Google. You want to create a landing page that's called Property Valuation Plus. And this is the first thing that I would definitely recommend all of you do. And you want to create a page. I'm just going to call it South Carolina. Now, this company, this is a live office account. So this isn't going to affect them. It's just going to sit there, right? It's going to be in their account. And when you create a page, this is what happens. It creates a page that gives you a generic coffee cup kind of thing. But let me explain that to you. We Scott and I bought this image years ago to make it just have an image. We drop you right here to upload an image, right? And you definitely want to upload an image. And I'm going to go here and see if I can find, give me a second, anything, this one. Yeah. I'm going to upload this photo. Now, this isn't actually the Carolinas. I'm going to tell my client, like, hey, I put this in here, but I want you to see how you create it. Now, this is my home. This picture is from my neighborhood, right? And this is the local reservoir. And I don't know if you can see it. There's a little trail where people can ride their bikes and walk their kids and walk their dogs. So this is a very useful page on, you got to save that first. Otherwise it doesn't save, but let's give it a second. It'll be done. Yeah. But anyway, you want to create a landing page like this for every major farm you have. So like you guys are here, I see a bunch of people on the call. What are some of your top farm markets, like your core farm markets where you really want your business to be? And we'll kind of address a little bit of that right now. So now that I've saved that photo, this is what my page looks like. And it says, what is your home worth, right? So if we know that people are searching keywords like, how do I sell my house? We want to be able to have something that offers value here, right? And a lot of these people are doing what I'm telling you, what I'm explaining to you right now. And so you want to be able to create a home valuation landing page, make sure it looks like something in the background that looks like that area, and then go over here to the ad section after you created your landing page and give it a, yeah, I'm going to have a sip of coffee while it's thinking here. Okay. So once you've done that, you can say, hey, I want to create a landing page ad and I want to create a South Carolina one, right? Like that's what we did. Now, I would not do this at the state level. This client is generating leads in northern and southern Carolinas So that's why I just put it there, right? But we're working, but anyway, you would type in your area, right? Let's just say, I'm going to just type in Lafayette. That's where I am, right? So you run an ad like this. Now it should say South Carolina because you can see this is what the ad's going to look like right here. South Carolina, free home value. It's all pre-written. You can put in a $10 a day budget. It'll run for 30 days. You can even click here to see what page it's driving to. We know what page it's driving to because we just created it. And then you publish. And that will make it, if somebody is using keywords, and let me click on advanced options. You see these keywords here? We put these in here automatically. These are what people are searching on, right? How much to sell my house and things like that. So you could change those if you want. I don't think you really need to, but I'm going to share with you something that I shared with our team. Top SEO keywords. Yeah. So let's look here. This is a really useful article if you're thinking about Google and you're thinking about Google ads. And my point here is you need to think about Google regardless of what business you're in. Now we're all in real estate, right? So this article that I'm showing you here, I'm going to give you in just a moment. It has the top keywords for real estate. If you want to look at the top, you can see what people are searching when they're a buyer. Okay, this is as of October of this year, so this is pretty current. This is what people are going to Google and asking Google, okay? You might want to be familiar with that, right? But if you want more listings, just scroll down the article and you will see the top search words for homeowners, selling a house, cost of selling a house, taxes on selling a house, right? All these things are what people are asking. And you can tell what volume they're asking on a monthly basis. So you can sort of say, you know what, I'm going to focus on these top 10, right? I'm going to run ads. Well, what do you do on Google if you want to take advantage of these keywords? You go over here, you create a landing page like we did, and you drive people to it. You let people know you can help them, right? That's the simplest thing I would recommend every realtor start doing. And I don't know how many farm markets you have. If you're like most realtors, there's at least 3 or 4 that you are going to grow your business in. You need to create a landing page just like I did. You need to make sure you've got a cool photograph on the background, and then you need to run ads and make sure you have ads running. Now, I am going to point out, this is a $10 budget every day. You may not know this, but let's just go over to Google. When somebody clicks in here, that chews up your money. Okay. It's called pay-per-click advertising. So if I got $50 or if I have $10 a day, every time somebody clicks, it's going to chew off a little bit of my money. Does that make sense? Pay-per-click. So when you drive people there, I'm going to click this one. We're going to, unfortunately, we're going to use somebody's ad money. I feel bad, but we should just talk about it. So I'm going to click on it. And whatever Google says is the price of your lead is how much they chew off of your money. Okay. Now this page is driving to a Brivity website, right? And I think Brivity charges, I don't know, $100, $200 a month to give you a free home valuation page, right? Like Brivity charges you a ton of money just to use their platform, but just for this little piece, you're going to pay even more money. Just as on the side with listings to leads, you get unlimited home valuation landing pages and you can change the look of them and customize them and all this and that, right? And then you can run ads. So this guy has run that ad. We did chew up a little of his money. And now this is where it works. It's like type in your address and then it's going to say, what's your contact info? And that's when people leave, right? They just don't want to give you your contact info. And I want to speak to this picture because this is a really good looking picture, but it doesn't tell anybody that you know their area. And you want to think about that. And that's something that a lot of realtors don't really think of. But when we're talking about running an ad on Google, really what you're saying is when somebody does a search for how to sell my house, it tells me 2 things. 1, somebody wants to sell their home. And 2, they don't know any realtors or they wouldn't be walking over to Google and asking. They'd be calling that realtor. So that's why it's an opportunity for you, right? And so when we look at these ads here, I might want to click on one of those and, of course, land on a landing page, and that can work for me. But they don't know you, right? They don't actually know you. They just done the search. They don't know who you are. They don't know you've been in business for 10 or 5 or whatever, 20 years. And so you're driving them to a page that looks super generic. It's not instilling confidence, right? This looks good, kind of a modern, cosplay deal. But am I signing up for a national spam campaign or what? Right. And what I'm getting at is this picture here. If you live in Lafayette, California, you know this. Like, and that's what you want to be having. You want to have in the back of your landing page over here where you upload this image, something that speaks to the area. Okay. I get into this a lot when I do the top tools for getting listings, but this is one of those things that I think this is going to be the top way of getting listings in 2023. As we just launched the Google software in our platform, and our clients are just starting to use it. So this is a picture of the Summit Diner in New Jersey, Summit, New Jersey. Okay. And like I mentioned earlier, I set up the offices around the country. And so years ago, I set up Coldwell Banker from Summit, New Jersey. And Summit has I think it's like 23,000 people. So it's a small town out in New Jersey. And this little restaurant here has been sitting in on Main Street there for years. So if you know this restaurant, you certainly know Summit, New Jersey, right? And that's the point of why I'm showing you this. When you create a home valuation landing page for any one of your farm markets, you need to have something that is relevant because you're going to ask somebody on the internet, can I have your address and all your contact information? Right. I don't know about you guys, but I don't even, I don't do that. Like I don't give my information out all over the internet. I'm pretty sure most of you don't do that, but that's exactly what you're hoping to achieve when you're running an ad. And that's why you need to think about, does this background picture resonate for that local market where I'm targeting, right? When Coldwell Banker, I rolled out their office, they called me a month after I trained everybody how to use it. And they said, oh my God, our number one home valuation ad is the one with the Summit Diner in the background, right? They were running all kinds of ads to get home value leads, but it's the one with this in the background of the page that was getting them the most amount of leads. So that's me kicking that dead horse. Okay. We have a $10 budget. You can see here, this is going to be a 30-day ad. You can change this. You can shorten it. I actually recommend that you shorten it to make sure that you know what you're doing. And I would also recommend that you increase this budget. I think they started, our team started with a $5 budget, and seller leads on Google, I think, cost more than $5. So that's not even going to work. I would really recommend that you change your daily budget to $10 to $20 and shorten your ad to run a week. Now, remember, it's pay per click. So you're only going to use that money if people are clicking the page, right? They're clicking the link. So if nobody clicks it because nobody does that search and it doesn't work, you're not going to lose your money. But then you're going to drive them to this kind of page and they're going to get their home value. And that's where you start that dialogue. Okay. So that's a good time to kind of segue over to a little upsell. I don't talk about this too much, but I am going to talk about it now because what I'm describing to you at length here for like the past 30 minutes is one of the smartest things I think any realtor could do if they want more listings. I think Facebook, we certainly know how to get listing leads from Facebook, but the lead quality on Google, it's a lot better. And so if you're going to be in real estate and you want listings, you need to figure out how to use our Google software. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm going to go to the profile here because I'm looking for something which I do not see. There's something somewhere that I don't know where it is, and it should be in this account, but it's an inner, it's a, we have a upsell, or not upsell, an add-on, which we call the partial lead converter. Let's see here. And it's not here. I would ask support. And here's why. When you drop somebody on this page in your account, many people will want to give you their address. Okay, let's look at it. Like when you drop somebody here and it says, "Hey, what is your homework?" Or get your free home value right now, and see, boom, they'll type in their address like lickety split, right? When I click, I'm not going to click it to do this. The very next page says, "We have your home value. What's your email address?" Okay, and people are like, "Boom, I'm leaving this page. I'm not giving you my email." Right? That's why I'm telling you, like, get something that's local that resonates, because you're asking them for their address and their contact info, and they just rather walk away. Doesn't matter what company creates this landing page. That is just human nature. People will give you the address and they will leave when you ask them for an email. That's kind of why you get Mickey Mouse at Disney.com every once in a while, right? That kind of thing. So if you got our cold system, which used to be somewhere that I could see it, we'll actually reach into a national database of homeowners and email you immediately the contact information of whoever owns that home. Okay. That's a $30 a month service. If you're going to be taking advantage of Google and you're going to create landing pages and you're going to have a strategy to get more listings there, I definitely recommend you hit up support and find out how to get that added to your account, because now you're going to get addresses. And even if they leave, we're going to automatically grab their contact info and email it to you. So that's my Google story right now. What I'm looking forward to, and we haven't done it yet, but we're working on it now, is we're going to have our PDF guides to be part of that. And so you may not know what our PDF guides are. Let's click on them over here real quickly to look at them. We have 80 PDF guides pre-written for you. Okay. Half of them are for home buyers. Half of them are for home owners. So if you want to run an ad, I think you can do it like view a landing page. Yeah. Oh yeah. So this is how you do it. I don't quite know how we're not there to make this oh, wait, maybe we are. Create an ad, English version. We have a Spanish version. We want lead ads. Oh, we did it here, right? So, oh wait, no, this is for Facebook. That's what it is. Sorry. This is not for Google. This is for Facebook. So the point is, let me just show you this. We'll just follow this little trail. This allows us to run an ad on Facebook and give them the ability to download a what do you call it? A PDF guide. Again, 40 of them are for homeowners and 40 of them are for home buyers. And then boom, you can do that. Now, this is great. Our clients use these right now. They get both buyer and seller leads depending on which one they're using. Okay. But I really want to see these be available for you when you're running ads on Google, because now you're giving a high value tool to somebody that has a question. Maybe it's divorce and real estate. Maybe it's probate and real estate. There's 40 different PDF guides. You are branded on every page. Your logo's on every page and the colors match your branding. So it's definitely something that you should use. Can you change a photo of your new construction ad to show concrete? Yeah. Yes. So that question is, let's go. So that's a landing page. So everybody has landing pages as soon as you sign up, right? We create 3: free home value, down payer assistance, and new construction. And so that's the one you're asking about, right? The new construction. And you want to have something that looks like your market. So do you see the green button that says edit and tools? Well, you click edit. And just like I changed the photograph on that home valuation page, I can change the photograph right here, right? And you can make it look like whatever the new construction is your area. This actually is a pretty smart thing to do, because there appears to be a little bit of a glut of new construction, right? I'm sure you heard that things are going sideways for builders. So it's probably a good time to talk to a builder and say, hey, can I market your listings and get them sold for you, right? You could actually get a photo of their development, of their model home, put it right here and go for it, right? And so, and you can even customize, like you see where it says new construction homes for sale. Over here, it says lead form text. You could say, whatever, new homes from Toll Brothers, right? You're like, whoever your builders are, right? You're going to know, or maybe it's the name of a particular development that everybody is watching and getting built. That kind of thing, you change it and it will change that text over there, right? As soon as you do that. So yeah, you can definitely customize these, and you should definitely be doing that to make it fit your local markets, and then run over to our ads page and start running ads to drive there, right? To drive people to that page. So we talked a lot about Google. Let's talk about Facebook. We, just so you know, like, we've been doing this for 13 years at Listings to Leads. And we have been running ads since day one on Facebook. When Facebook developed an ad platform, we were on it in the first week, and we have been helping our clients run ads all over. So now we're to this point where we definitely kind of know what's going on. We also have Facebook software embedded in our platform. So when you come here, the first thing it's going to say is connect to your Facebook and connect to your business page. And now you're going to be able to create three kinds of ads: a listing ad, a landing page ad, which we kind of talked about, home value, and then PDF guidance. So let's click on listing ads. I would always recommend that you leave it on lead ads. Okay. The only reason you need to drive people to a landing page is if you have something super particular. I would always leave it on lead ads. What that means is we're going to get a lead with a name, phone number, and email pre-populated by the Facebook profile. So, there are many different kinds of agents, but I'm just going to broad brush it and tell you for this conversation that there are two types of agents. Okay. One agent just wants to advertise, just wants to get a lot of tools out there and show their homeowners that they're doing a lot to sell their home, right? That's cool. Especially now, right? Because in the spring, your homes would sell in 1 week, and now they sell in 2 months, right? So you want to sort of create a value and show them that you're doing things and running ads, and people are seeing it. Like, I have realtors calling me on that discussion right now, right? There are other agents that want to market and capture leads, right? Now, both, if they run an ad, they're both going to capture leads, but one of those agents is going to follow up on those leads, and that's good, right? So if you're running an ad on a home that is for sale, you can just do it. What I've done right here, you choose your property, you leave it on lead ads. It's a $35 ad. It's a 7-day ad, and you just click publish, and that ad is going to show up on Facebook right about here. And when they click on it, this little form pops up on the right, and it says, "Hey, would you like more information?" And they say yes. But their name, phone number, and email are already populated in the lead form so they're not typing in their information. Remember how I told you over here, they'll give you their address, but now when you ask for their email, they're going to go away. On Facebook, they don't. And they kind of trust Facebook. And so they're like, yeah, okay, I want that information. Boom. And that's why our clients are getting so many leads with name, email, and phone number. Okay. So here, when we're running this ad, this is the easiest, cheapest way to get buyer leads. Okay. And it's funny because I've been talking to realtors for way too long. For years, people literally tell me, I don't want buyer leads. Well, now they want them because they need to sell their homes. And this is the fastest, cheapest way to do that. Are there any questions about what we're doing right here? We're getting buyer leads by running an ad on a home that is for sale. I'll wait for those questions if there are any, but I'm going to back up and I'm going to show you that you can run another listing ad on a later stage home. And if it's later stage, like under contract or pending or sold, just like we did on the property that's for sale here, man, what is up with my mouse? I keep clicking this button and it's not going anywhere. There we go. So now, you can flip your home. You can just toggle it and say, now the home is sold. And now you can run an ad on the same home. But now it says, hey, this home is sold and that affected your home value. Click here to get your free home value. Now, I want you to understand what is really going to happen here. We're going to get their name, email, and phone number, and we're going to deliver it to you. And you need to reach out to them and say, hey, I see you want your home value. What's your address? We want to, do some analysis. If they give you that address, I'd go over to your favorite home value page inside your account and drop that address in and their email, and boom, it'll email that value to them. It won't give them an exact value. It gives you a range, and then you'll have it as well. So you'll know what the discussion is, and you can kind of pick up the conversation from there. So that's a great way of marketing a listing to get listing leads, right? You can also, we were talking about earlier, run a landing page ad. We have free home values, new construction. We talked about how you can customize that, or, the South Carolina one. You just choose whichever one you want. Leave it on lead ads if you like to get leads with name, email, and phone number, and click on, oh my God, I got to find out why my mouse is active. There we go. So it's going to create a page. You can customize this. You can even click up here and customize the text if you want. If you're dealing with a particular development, I know somebody who was asking a question, it seems like you have something in mind. And then here you got to type in the area, right? You got to type in, where do you want this to show? And I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you something that a lot of agents don't know about Facebook. I'm going to create a listing ad for a home that's for sale. And let's say you're in one of those, what do you call those areas? They're kind of in the South where things are warm and low cost, like Texas, right? Texas, Florida, other parts of the country. And I don't know where you guys are. You could be anywhere in the Midwest, right? And you kind of know that, you know what? A lot of people are moving here from other parts of the country on the coast, right? So what if you're one of those agents, right? And you've got a home for sale and you know it's a really good value. And you're like, you know what? A lot of people from Chicago always come and buy out here. Well, you see this where it says location? You could actually type in the word Chicago, and this ad will show up in Chicago as well, right? And you could change this and say, hey, you know what? Property taxes are like this and whatever. And you could target people in other states to tell them about your home, right? Because people are retiring and they're downsizing. They want warmer climates, all those things, taxes, all that nonsense, right? If you are in a zone like that, you might want to take advantage of that. So that was a bit of an aside. We were talking about how to run landing page ads, and I think you kind of got that. And then I also mentioned that we have PDF guides. There are over 80 PDF guides, right? You're branded on every page. And like, here's one here, divorce and real estate, right? So lead ads so that we get those name, email, and phone number, and boom, that's how you do it. You just type in the area. If you're thinking like you live wherever you live, right? Dallas, Texas. And maybe you can imagine that somebody in Dallas might be thinking about getting a divorce, right? It's the modern world that probably there's some people thinking that, but they're wondering like, what's that going to do to my real estate, right? How am I going to manage that? Well, here is something to help people who are in that place. You don't need to run an ad like this all the time. There are 40 different PDF guides for all kinds of homeowners, right? I just picked that one for the moment. There's something here about creating a custom ad. I don't even know what that is. I wouldn't really worry about it. I think for me, I would be concerned with having a consistent ad strategy, okay? And an ad budget, a consistent ad budget. A lot of agents, the thing about real estate is for many agents, it's a bit of a feast or famine deal, right? There's peaks and troughs. And that's because an agent really gets excited and starts working and marketing when they have a listing. And then when they don't have a listing, they just figure, oh, I'd have nothing to do. I can't do anything. And that's what creating ads really can change your business, right? Because you've got landing pages, you've got PDF guides, you can offer value to people. And with every ad, you are definitely showing that you are a resource. And that's really what you're trying to do. Often here, we focus so much on lead capture, lead generation, right? And that's cool. But over here, and don't forget, this is an outlier. In 2 months, this company has been seen over 500,000 times. Keller Williams, right? Now they spent $8,000. You're not going to have that kind of budget, but a lot of our clients spend $300, $400, $500. There are teams that spend $1,000 a month. on that. And so they're getting that kind of impression, meaning they're building their brand and they're capturing a lot of leads. Normally teams do this because teams have a lot of mouths to feed, right? If you're a single agent, you're just taking care of you and your family, you're going to probably have a smaller budget. But I can tell you from building a brand, Facebook is a great place to do that. And you now know that you have all kinds of ads that you can do. Obviously, keep an eye on your budget. But some of our longest clients are like, we've had clients here for 10, even more than 10 years. They run ads consistently. And so for an agent who is managing like 2 or 3 listings at a time, they're literally running 2 or 3 or 4 ads every week, right? You're a week long, right? And thousands of people are seeing these ads, right? And so what happens is those clients that are consistently running ads on Facebook, they are just getting random phone calls, right? Like I have an ad blocker on here, so we're not even seeing ads. Let me turn this off once. When people come to Facebook, now I've got ads from whatever, right? They scroll down. The first thing they see is from their friend. I got one of my friends went to Whole Foods, I guess. What's your problem now? But anyway, the second thing you see is an ad, right? Here's an ad from Wayfair selling all kinds of junk furniture. Then you keep scrolling down and you got whatever your friends are putting on there. And then you're going to see an ad, right? Here's an ad for some clothes, right? That's why Facebook, if you're running consistent ads, you're going to be seen by people. And our clients have said, you know what? We just have people calling us from just seeing our ads on Facebook. Like we're not even capturing leads anymore. We just run so many ads that they're just calling because they know we are the realtor in their market. That's really what advertising is about. And I think everybody here, if you have a desire to be in real estate for a while, you probably want to think about your brand. And that's what impressions are about. How many thousands of people are seeing you on a monthly basis? I'll give you one last story. If there are no questions, I want to thank you for being here, but this is my last kind of thing to think about. What I've been talking, as I mentioned, to realtors for way too long. And they'll ask me, what should my budget be? And I'm going to give you the minimum budget that I tell straight up rookie agents, meaning you're new, you have a license, you don't have any income, and what do you got to do? What are you going to do? And how should you apply to Facebook? How should you think about it? And I tell rookie agents, you should be spending like $200 a month. You should be running 2 ads every week for $25 each. 2 times 25 is 50. There's usually 4 weeks in every month. So that gets you to $200. You should run 1 ad on 1 listing, even if you're borrowing it from your colleagues, once a week for $25. And then you should run a PDF guide ad or a landing page ad again for $25. So you're always got 2 ads running. People are going to recognize that you're a realtor. You're going to capture some leads. You're probably, if you're spending $200 on Facebook, your impressions, this number over here, is probably going to be between 10 and 15,000, right? So if I'm telling you to spend $200, I'm telling you your brand is going to be seen 10 to 15,000 times every month. You'll probably capture 100 to 200 leads every month for that same money, maybe 75 to 150 leads, right? That's kind of what you would get. I think everybody should have a ongoing strategy for Facebook ads if you're going to be in real estate. And I think every company in any industry needs to have a Google strategy. And you essentially are your own company. So if this is not clear or if you have questions, let me know. But that's how you use our platform to take advantage of these 2 incredible websites. So I don't see any questions. I'm going to show you one more thing. Top web traffic in the US. So this is the top, most visited websites in the United States as of September. Number 1 is Google. Okay. Number 2 is YouTube, which oddly enough is owned by Google. And number 3 is Facebook, right? So these are 2 of the top 3 sites that you can totally take advantage and build your brand with and capture leads from. right from this page. So I don't see any questions. I want to say thanks so much to everybody. Have a great 2023. Lean on our support team. If you have questions, get in our mastermind group. Make sure they get you in the mastermind group. And thanks a lot. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.